Now on Plus, Gordon's romantic plans fall short of the mark in the...
Well,
What?
did you enjoy it?
What's that?
The meal, Ashley, we've just eaten.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, not bad.
Oh, good. Considering how long I spent shopping, cooking and preparing it, I'm very pleased to hear it was all right and not bad. Comes as the highest possible commendation.
Oh, I didn't know you'd gone to all that trouble.
Well, how do you think it got onto the plate?
Well, I thought it came out of a packet.
Well, thanks very much.
No, I meant it as a compliment.
Oh, praise indeed. I'm sure that would go down well in restaurants everywhere. My compliments to the chef. The pâté was exquisite. In fact, the whole meal was so good it could have come out of a packet.
There's no need to get so stroppy just because I forgot to mention the dinner. I've been filling the cracks in the ceiling all day long. You didn't compliment me on that. You didn't say, well done, Ashley, there's some dab filling in going on up there, did you?
We didn't eat that. At least I didn't. I bet you couldn't even tell me what you've just eaten.
Of course I could.
You just stick your fork in it and shovel it in.
I don't. Look, it's just your cooking is so good, I've come to accept these high standards as the norm.
It's too late for flattery. And anyway, it's not just the meal, it's you and me. I mean, look at us.
Well, what about it?
Well, here we are. We've only been together 2 and a bit years, and we look like a decrepit old married couple. You know who we're starting to resemble?
Who?
Your mum and dad.
Well, it's never that bad, surely.
We used to talk to each other over meals. Now you sit there reading newspapers, and instead of having a conversation, we grunt at each other.
I thought you liked it when we grunted at each other.
Not 3 feet apart across a table. Let's face it, Ashley, our relationship's in the doldrums. The rot's set in, and we ought to do something before it spreads. I mean, when did you last tell me you loved me?
Well, I don't know. It's in a diary somewhere, I suppose.
Or when did you last, I don't know, give me chocolates?
Now, the last time I gave you chocolates, you didn't want them because you'd gone on a diet.
You could have given me low-calorie chocolates or some flowers.
Where am I going to get low-calorie flowers?
When we first met, you were always giving me chocolates.
Yeah, well, I was after something then.
Well, don't assume you're always going to get it now. Moving in together should be the start of romance, not the end of it.
Hello. Claire Rayner rides again.
What?
Nothing.
It's true, Ashley. We shouldn't stop making the effort. I mean, look at you. It's 7 o'clock and you haven't even shaved.
Well, it's the weekend. I have to... All right. I will make the effort, OK? Now, let's stop bickering.
I'm not bickering. I'm being reasonable.
Well, let's stop being reasonable, then.
Do you want coffee?
Yeah, all right.
Like some gravel in your coffee, Ashley?
Just the 1 spoon, thank you.
After 8 cowpat with it?
Yeah, I'll split one with you if you like.
You see what I mean?
What?
Oh, nothing.
So how long have you and Karen been married now, Gordon?
Oh, about 45 years on a bad day, and about 4.5 on a good one.
The flame of passion's still burning strong, is it? You still get the hots and that?
Oh, yeah, we still set off the fire alarms now and again. What about you and Elaine?
Oh, yeah. Can't get in the house for mustard. Vindaloo's it is. Absolute scorchers.
Mind you, I'm not saying it's the same as when we first met. You have to work at it.
So what do you do to retain the excitement, keep the novelty alive?
Oh, paper hats, crackers, nurses' uniforms, anything like that.
No, I mean romance-wise, though. Do you go in for candlelit dinners? Do you give Karen flowers much?
No, not really. But then she was never very keen on flowers. She'd prefer a potted plant. Same with chocolates. She doesn't like sweet things much, so I don't buy them for her. She likes savoury things, a jar of pickled onions or a bit of garlic sausage, or something like that.
I see. So you don't bother with flowers and chocolates, then? You just come home with a geranium and a quarter of salami and the big romances on.
Well, they expect something, don't they? I mean, that's the trouble with women, Ashley. You've got to keep wooing them. They're like cars. It's not the initial outlay, it's the maintenance.
It's unfair, though, isn't it? It's always the males who have to do the courting. I mean, why is it when it comes to mating, it's always the men who have to look so stupid?
Well, that's the animal kingdom. It's usually the males who have to do all the funny dances.
But anatomically as well. I mean, women are better designed, aren't they? They're more graceful. But men, you know, well, they've got bits hanging down, sticking out. Well, you feel such a fool, don't you?
Yeah, it's probably nothing to what you look like.
Quarter of salami in a pot plant, then, you reckon?
Well, it works for Karen. See, flowers are perishable, but something in a pot, well, it's a symbol of enduring romance. It's like diamonds, isn't it? Lasts forever. And I tell you what else. It's a ruddy sight cheaper, mate.
Now, that is what I call romantic. Oh, I don't know.
Yes, well, with everything that's in season, so greenery for every occasion. Whatever your message, every flower paints a picture. It says 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Rosemary for remembrance, freesias for fragrance. Whatever you want to say, you can say it with flowers. What do you want to say exactly?
Oh, that's a long story, really. Well, I sort of wanted to say I'm sorry things haven't been going so well lately, and if it's my fault, I apologise, and we're all only human after all, and if it is my fault, I'm sorry, but we all make mistakes, you know.
Yes, well, saying it with flowers is one thing, but if you want to write a novel, I suggest you contact the Forestry Commission.
Well, what would you advise?
Had a tiff, have we, sir?
Well, a small disagreement, yeah.
I see. Yes, well, as far as young love is concerned, for me, it's roses, roses every time.
Yeah, they're perishable, though, aren't they?
Oh, they last quite a while, you know, especially if you snip their ends off. Yes, and they do say it all, you know, sir. I mean, you only have to listen. I mean, they seem to speak to you, you know. Hello, hello. What do you think?
Perhaps they got a touch of laryngitis this afternoon.
Yes, well, what have we got here? There's chrysanths. They have their moments, and carnations. They say quite a lot.
Ah, what about daffodils? What do they say?
Cheapskate.
Well, I was thinking about some sort of pot plant, really.
Oh, evergreens. Yes, well, we've got a nice selection here. Well, what about this one? Here. How'd you fancy a wandering sailor?
You don't do it in any other colour, I suppose, do you?
Well, actually, it is a form of grass, so we only do it in the green.
Oh, what about that one in the corner?
Well, if you think so, but are you sure you wouldn't prefer the roses?
No, I'll take that. Yes, that sort of sums it all up, doesn't it? Stands up and makes a statement, don't you think?
Yes, it certainly does that, all right.
I actually like that.
Well, if you think so, sir, if you think so, well, I'll pack it up and get you a card.
Hello.
Oh, Ashley, I nearly had a heart attack. I thought it was a pervert or something.
Well, thanks very much. I was only trying to be affectionate.
I've spilled all the peppercorns now.
Well, I'll pick them up in a minute. Here, look. Got your present.
Present?
Well, just a little something. And another little something as well.
Oh, Ashley, from the florist. Oh, thank you. What a lovely... Cactus.
Yeah. Well, and the other one, then.
Yeah, right. Sounds intriguing. Let's see. Bath salts. Oh, look. Mango chutney.
It'd be nice with a curry.
Yeah. Thanks, Ashley.
Well, don't I get a kiss, then?
Yeah, of course.
Is that all you've got to say? Aren't you pleased?
It's very nice, thank you.
All right, what's the matter?
The matter, Ashley, it's obvious what the matter is. You and I are supposed to be salvaging our relationship.
Yeah?
Well, I appreciate the efforts you've made, but I hardly think you're going to heal the rift with a potted cactus and a jar of mango chutney.
I thought you liked mango chutney.
I do, but I don't want a jar as a present. It's so unromantic. I mean, you can just hear Barbara Streisand singing "You Don't Bring Me Chutney" anymore.
Yeah, well, some of us don't even get that, do we?
Look at that cactus. What am I supposed to do, tether a horse to it?
I was trying to say it with flowers.
Well, say what exactly?
Well, look, Elaine, it's a symbol, isn't it, of our relationship. Flowers wither and die, you know, but a cactus, it's evergreen, isn't it? It's resilient.
I'm covered in prickles.
Yeah, all right. Well, next time I'll give the florist a miss, OK? I'll just go down to the garden centre, get you a bag of seeds and a grow bag.
Ashley, I'm sorry. It was nice of you to buy me the presents, but that's not what's wrong. It's more fundamental than that. There's something lacking between us, and it isn't chutney.
But what is it then, Elaine? You tell me.
I don't know. I'm not the doctor, Ashley. I'm just one of the patients.
Well, you're making out that I'm the disease.
Oh, I'm not. But look at us. We're bickering and criticising each other all the time. We never used to be like this.
Well, where do you want me to put this? Where'd you get it from then, Puss?
Oh, Joyce gave it me. It's one of those American ideas.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Still, I've never had a pet rock before.
Male or female?
I'm not sure.
Oh, what's that?
That, Ashley, is a collar.
Oh. Is it house trained?
I never thought of that.
Are you sure you got that collar on the right end?
No, but if we sit here long enough, we'll find out. I know. I'll try it with a saucer of milk.
Oh, yeah, why not? After all, you're only senile ones.
How do you fancy a little spot of rock sitting, Ashley?
No, thanks. I've got enough problems without sitting on cold rocks.
Things no better, then?
Not much. You see, I know, love, when it starts out, it's like that. It's solid, you know, and then the drip of everyday life gets to it, and before you know where you are, your rock's nothing but a pile of sand. How'd you stop the erosion, Percy? How'd you keep out the wind and the rain?
Well, you have to do a bit of weather and waterproofing, Ashley. You know, a tin of heavy-duty give and take.
No, I tried that. Tried giving. It doesn't work. Tried presents. Spurned, they were.
It's not just giving, Ashley. It's taking as well. Taking time. Taking trouble. Taking an interest in a stupid bit of rock.
Everything I do seems to irritate him, Karen. We're like an old married couple. The Darby and Joan of the cohabiting set.
It's even worse for us. We are an old married couple.
I mean, if Ashley and I are supposed to be living in sin, then sin's getting to be so boring, they'll have to make a virtue out of it.
It's the way they think they have to keep up their mating displays I can't stand. But you try taking the initiative and you get an instant outbreak of headaches.
Yeah, I think Ashley buys his headaches from the chemist.
I can always tell when Gordon's starting his courtship ritual.
What does he do? Swing from the lights?
He comes home with a potted plant. I don't know why he thinks I like potted plants. I have to keep poisoning them, else there won't be room for the next one.
Maybe it's our fault, not theirs. Perhaps we should be buying them flowers.
Well, my mother reckons the way to a man's heart's still through his stomach.
There must be a more direct route.
Yeah, and even when you get that far, you still got to find his brains.
Red roses you can't possibly go wrong with. Say it with flowers every time, it always does the trick.
Well, I hope so. There.
Thank you, madam. Would you like a card?
Yes, please.
For a gentleman, is it?
Sort of, yes.
Yes. Well, roses say it all for me, you know. Whatever you want to say, they always seem to say it. We did have someone in last week who wanted to say it with a cactus.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Well, I say, if you want to say it with a cactus, you better keep it to yourself. There you are, and thank you very much, madam. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Elaine.
What's this? Going courting?
Could be. Who's the lucky chap who's getting them?
Ah, that'd be telling. I must rush. Bye.
Bye, love. Now then.
Yes, sir, can I be of some assistance? Some flowers, is it, for a lady?
Yes. Now then, what can you recommend?
Well, we do have a large selection. Whatever it is you want to say, flowers can say it all. What did you want to say exactly?
I wanted to say thank you for my pet rock. Normal.
Well, how do you know it's ill, Perce?
Oh, you get a feel for these things. I mean, when you've had a pet for some time, you get to know its moods.
You're lucky, Perce. You've only got a rock as a pet. I got a relationship that's on them.
Well, no improvement then.
No. Elaine came home and gave me a bunch of roses last night.
Well, it's better than a bunch of fives, isn't it?
What am I supposed to do with them? Real men don't go flower arranging, do they? I think I'm allergic to roses anyway. Gave me a bit of a headache.
Well, credit where it's due, actually. I mean, she was making the effort. I mean, a little floral communication. She was only trying to say it with flowers.
No, they must have stopped talking on the way home then. There's a room full of deafening silence there now. It's like murder in the greenhouse.
Yeah, well, money and presents aren't everything, I grant you.
So what is the way to a woman's heart, Perce? It's uncharted territory as far as I can
Well,
see.
you've got to learn to give of yourself, Ashley. That's how you get your bearings. I mean, take my rock, for instance. I mean, it's not the most interesting present I've ever had, and I don't suppose Joyce spent much money on it.
No. Probably fell off the back of a quarry.
But the point is, she took the time and trouble to think of it. Time and trouble, that's what it matters, Ashley. I mean, that rock, well, it talks to me, you know. It tells me things about me and Joyce. It tells it how it is.
So it's talking to you now, is it? I see.
Well, you know what I mean.
So you think you can say it with rocks, do you?
You can say it with whatever you like. You can even say it with words. The hard part's getting somebody to believe you.
Clarion.
Oh, Ashley, is it worth it?
Well, I booked the table now.
I don't much want to sit in an expensive restaurant staring at each other across an expanse of white tablecloth when we aren't getting on. It's just throwing money at the problem again, isn't it?
Well, if we chuck a bit more at it, we might get the range.
Well, we've thrown a cactus, a jar of mango chutney and a dozen red roses at it so far. We haven't hit it yet.
Oh, come on, it'll be different this time, I promise. I booked it specially.
Where is it, Mario's? Martine's?
No, not exactly. We haven't been there before. But it's a great atmosphere. I know you'll like it. The minute you walk into the place, it'll be just like old times, you know, when you were handsome and I was pretty.
Yeah, well, you're going back a bit now. Where did you find it? In the Good Food Guide?
No, just came across it during the lunch hour.
Oh, well, if you've booked it, I suppose.
Oh, good. Right, I'll just put this on then.
Black tie? Oh, Ashley, is it that formal?
Well, it's nothing but the best.
I'll have to change now.
Elaine, we're going for a meal, not to face a firing squad. Worst you can get is indigestion.
That was wonderful, Ashley. Absolutely delicious. I haven't tasted cholesterol like that in ages. Mmm, lovely chips. And the grease was perfect.
Good. I'm very glad you like it, because you cannot get fat like this anymore.
Thank you.
Mm. It's just like Mother used to burn.
Enjoy the meal then, gents.
Lovely, thank you. Our compliments to the chef.
Those chips were so good they could have come out of a packet.
They did. Top me up, gents. Lovely fresh pot.
Yes, that's very good.
Thank you.
So, have you having anything else then, gents?
Could we see the menu again, please?
Certainly. Here we are. The you and me.
Yes, what sort of puddings do you have?
Oh, yeah, for pudding. For pudding, we've got pudding. There's suet, baked jam, spotted, or rolled in custard.
Well, maybe I'm a little full for pudding.
Well, how about some cheese? What sort of cheese do you have?
Processed.
I think just the bill.
Right you are, as you please.
What do you take here?
Well, money, innit?
Oh, right.
You were right, Ashley. Just like old times.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I went to a lot of effort planning this evening. I mean, some of the places I went to were real dumps.
Well, I've got something for you too.
Oh, not another dreaded present.
Oh, just something small. It didn't cost much, but I put a lot of thought into it.
Oh, but I didn't get you anything.
Well, you've taken me out.
I did want to get you something, but there was nothing that said it all, really, so I thought I'd just, you know, find the right time and the right place. You see, I don't have anything to give you, Elaine, because I don't have very much to offer, except myself. It's only me, really. Same old Ashley. The only thing I've really got for you to unwrap is a box of wanting you, a bag of loving you, and a very bad case of not being able to do without you.
That's the ketchup, mate.
Do you mind? Happen to be talking.
Thanks.
Well, I've lost my flow now.
Go on.
Yeah. A bag of loving you, a box of wanting you, and if that's not enough, well, I'll throw in a set of screwdrivers and a transistor radio.
Oh, Ashley.
Hey, them wouldn't be ratchet screwdrivers you're talking about.
Do you mind? I'm trying to patch things up here.
Only asked.
Ashley, that's more than enough, really. It's all I ever wanted. It's the best present anyone could have. Here. Peace offering. It's only a tiny thing, really.
Thanks. Flippin' heck, you're not joking, are you? Elaine, I can't wear these.
Go on. You can always pad them out.
I meant I'll get arrested.
Hey, they might do for me, Governor, if you don't want them.
Look, do you mind? Would you excuse us? We came here to be together, not the two of us and a friend.
I'm sorry, ask a civil question.
Should we go, Ashley? I'll just go and powder my nose.
Powder it. If you're going in there, love, you'd be better off holding it. Hey, bit smooth, wasn't it, that chat, mate? You wouldn't mind coming round and doing it to my missus, would you? She wouldn't buy me a pair of them in a million years. Here, what's your secret?
Well, it's quite simple, really. You see, you can say it with chocolates, you can say it with diamonds, you can even say it with flowers and pet rocks. But if you want to say it properly, you've got to say it with chips.
The Two of Us will return next week. Some quality drama next on Plus as Poirot investigates the peril at End House.